Okay, it's time to finally break down exactly what happened to Sonya Massey. Welcome to Unified TV, where truth has no fear. I know I'm a little late to the party, but I wanted to get more details before I commented on something that I didn't have all the enough facts about anyway. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so right here, this part is kind of weird to me. Uh, this is like the second or third time that they've knocked on the door to try to get her attention, and I don't know what's taking so long. The house to me doesn't look to be that big, so I don't know what she was doing. He does ask her that. I think she said she was putting clothes on, but I don't know. I find it kind of odd that you would call police and then jump in the shower. I don't know what she was doing, but this is like the second or third time they've tried to knock, and she does not come to the door for quite some time. So let's see. Wait, what did she say? Did she yell like WTF? Hang on. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. What happened there? Yeah, I think she did. I think she yelled out some kind of cuss word because somebody was banging on her door. It's like, did you forget? Did you forget that you called? Hang on, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. Let's try it again because I could have swore she just. Yeah, she she got mad because they were banging on her door. Like, did you forget? And she still didn't open it yet. Dude, what is going on? Dude, what is going on? Okay, so she opened the door and she said something like, "Don't hurt me." And dude was like, "Hey, look, why would I hurt you? Why would I hurt you? You called us." But she said she heard somebody outside. I'm All right, me personally, I mean, just look at her body language while they're trying to report to her that everything is fine, and she just seems a little disengaged. For someone who called for a possible prowler, you would think that she would pretty much anxious to be like, okay, what happened? What'd you see? What'd you hear? But she's a little disconnected. She's looking at her phone. She's scrolling on her phone. She's not really looking him in the face. And when she said she needed help, I don't think she was talking about help with a possible prowler. I think she needs help up here. I think she's got some mental issues, and but then the weird part to me is the fact that she's got a black car in her driveway that's not hers. So, but she never really tells them whose it is. But check out her answer because they're going to ask again. All right, now that's kind of rude right there. I mean, I think it was clear what he asked her the first time, but maybe she, like I said, she's disconnected, so she obviously wasn't paying attention when he said it the first time. But then he started talking to her like she was stupid, basically. I hate when people do that. They say it real slow for you to make sure you understand. Do you understand? I hate that. Check it out. So they do their diligence. They actually go back to the vehicle and to kind of take a look at that just in case. What is that? Are those gunshots in the background and they're just so used to it in this area, or those fireworks? It is July 6th, so I'm wondering if they're still letting off fireworks. Man, dude. Now, I don't know why she felt uncomfortable hanging up, but she's looking at the officers next to her, so I don't know if she feels something. I don't know. It seemed to me like she felt unsafe. Just let's go back a little bit. Look at her face. Look at her body language. But she does not want to let go of the live call. It's almost like she needs a witness. But when the police did first get there, she did say, "Don't hurt me." So I don't know if she has kind of a complex about police. This is Illinois, and we know that police officers are defunded in a lot of places in the state. Um, for we all know the reasons why. So I don't know if she has a personal complex about police or something happened to her. But when he first got there, you can hear her saying, "Don't hurt me," or "I don't want you to hurt me," whatever about hurting me. But now she does not want to let go of this live call, and she keeps looking up at the officer that's right there next to her. Let's go back a second. This is dispatch actually calling her back, so they're following up basically. So did they confirm that that was in fact her car? Because I don't understand why are they even asking about the damage to the car? What does it even matter right now? Furthermore, though, she's trying to show them paperwork, and I don't know what she's got in her Bible, but I think all he's asking for is her name and her ID or whatever. But I Okay, they have a serious, serious, serious problem between one another. I don't know if it's spiritual. I don't know if she, like I said, I don't know if she's going through something. But look at her body language, her facial expression. She's not even telling him what her last name is. She doesn't want to pull her ID out. What kind? What kind of paperwork do they need to see right now? All right, let's go back. I think she poured the water out. I don't know what I don't know. I think she poured the water out because to me it's easier than trying to keep refilling. Maybe she's gonna boil pasta or something, but it seems to me like pouring it out is probably the best option instead of having to refill it. Because all you're gonna do is keep refilling it until they leave. So pouring it out was probably the best choice. But it sounds to me like she poured it out. I'm turning the volume up. Listen for it. It sounds like she poured it out. So so they were jumping back a little bit, or they moved back, kind of moved out of the way, and she's like, "Where y'all going?" And they're like away from the steaming water. So I don't know if they were under the impression that she was gonna toss it. I don't know what her body language is like when she pulled it off the stove. Maybe they thought she did it kind of fast. I don't know, but apparently they moved in a certain way to make her think, what's wrong with y'all? And they're like, they were moving away from the hot water, and then so she gets upset, and so I don't know if she rebuked them because she's like, "F y'all for trying to make something out of nothing." I don't know if she saw evil in this other officer because she's been looking at him funny the whole night. I mean, sorry, since this started. So I don't know if it's a spiritual thing within him that bothered her. I don't know if she had a problem with the fact that they tried to make something out of nothing when she picked up the water. And she's like, "F y'all for trying to, I rebuke y'all for trying to play this game of like I'm gonna do something to you." So it could be that. Um, maybe her "I rebuke you" is a way of saying "F you," or it's a spiritual thing. We just don't know. So personally, it sounds to me like the water in the sink is running. So I don't know if she was planning on refilling the pot. Like I said, it doesn't make sense to do that. It looks like the fire on the stove is off. She said, "I rebuke you," and he said, "Huh." She said it again. And he said, "You better not." So it's like, is the spirit in him bothered by what she said? Is her body language of her still holding the pot making him think that she's going to throw water? But in my opinion, I heard it sound like she poured the water out. So if she's going to throw any water on you, it would have come from the sink because it sounds like the sink water is still running. But it's just an odd situation right here. I don't see her moving in a way that would suggest, "Look, I'm gonna do something to you." I do think she's probably refilling the pot though from the sink water. Now I have lived in some places where the sink water can get pretty hot, but I don't know to me if I would feel threatened by someone refilling the pot because it's not boiling anymore at this point. So the most you're gonna do is just get wet. That's just me though. So I don't know what he thought he saw. I don't know what he really saw, but he obviously thought he had a threat coming. I don't know why, but now she's cowering at this point. And it looks to me like she's got one hand on the pot, one hand somewhere, and she's like, "I'm sorry." And she's crouching down. Now, she's holding the pot up. I don't think she's holding the pot up to say, "I'll toss it on you." It looks to me like she's holding the pot up. Watch here. right there. It doesn't look to me like she's holding the pot. It's like I'm gonna toss it on you. It looks to me like she's holding the pot to try to cover herself in case something, in case a bullet comes flying. And I'm gonna have to skip a lot of this because I mean, or I'll put a blur across the screen post production. But we're gonna have to play through this because it's significant right here. Okay. Okay. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen this. It's just so much confusion going on here. Um, that's fear. Look at her shoulders. Her shoulders are up, and she's cowering. Okay, so she ducks down. So ducking down, I highly doubt the pot was still full of water enough to toss it on somebody and do damage because you got to think she is cowering and she crouches down in a swift motion with the pot. I don't believe for a second that that pot still had water in it, or at least enough to toss on them and do damage, especially because how fast she went down. Like, looking at the motion, her body language, I don't think that she was cowering down with a pot full of water like this. It just doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look like that's what happened. But even when she's down there, you know, to me, the most she could have done was throw the pot. But is that enough to shoot someone? Me personally, no, because I personally believe that self defense is equal force. A pot and a gun are not equal, in my opinion. So when I went through police training, there was a scenario they gave us where there was this person. I'm gonna leave out what kind of person they were, but they were on the top of this car with a knife, and they're swinging it at you. Now, our command is to point the gun and say, "Drop the weapon, drop the weapon." We are supposed to yell out the commands. Um, Now, of maybe 8 or 10 of us, I was the only one who didn't shoot the person. I was the only one. My instructor asked me, "Why didn't you pull the trigger?" And I told him, "All he has is a knife. All he has is a knife, and I'm far enough away. And if he charges at me, then I'll take him out, or at least wound him." I explained why I didn't take him out, and I was right. But apparently, I was still supposed to have shot the person in that scenario. Why? I mean, I don't know. That's just me. That's what I went through in the training. So I guess in their training, they were justified in their reaction. And I hate to keep going back to this, but it's just such a mystery to me. I'm going to mute it because I'm tired of hearing them say that. But I just don't understand. I mean, you can go frame by frame, and I just don't think I'll ever come to a point where I understand the reason for this. She crouches down so fast. I just don't believe for a second that that pot was still full of water, or at least enough to do significant damage. I don't even think she was going to throw it at him. I personally believe she kept the pot to shield herself. And she's in a position where she is vulnerable because she's crouched down. She's cowering behind a counter. You have the upper hand as the officer. You have the advantage at this point, and she does not. She does not have a gun. If she had a weapon, a gun, that is, or a knife even, and she was crouched down, she maybe popped up, and you don't know what she's going to do with it. I don't know, but a pot. And even after shooting her multiple times, they're still yelling for her to drop the pot. And it's like, you can't tell by now that she's not moving anymore, and she's on the ground. So this pot is that much of a threat to you to where you're continuing to yell it out after you know. I just don't understand. That's the sink water running. So it sounds to me like she was trying to refill the pot. And if you look, and he's still standing. I don't know if he's stuck. I don't know if he's stuck because of what he just did and he's in a little bit of shock. But he's still standing there pointing a gun at her as if he doesn't know for sure that she's gone. He knows she's gone. I mean, look, dude, what are you worried about at this point? What are you worried about? A pot? It's a pot. Is a pot made by Smith and Wesson? I mean, come on. He knows he messed up. How's he gonna? How am I gonna explain this? That's what that was right there. How am I gonna explain this?
Fuck. Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet too.
Of course, it's at your feet. She fell. So, like I said, if there was any water left in the pot, it's at your feet now because she's on the ground, and I'm quite sure the water rolled right over to. Dude, come on now. That's not even the spot that he was standing in when she had the pot in the first place. So you saying, oh, it's at her feet now. Yeah, it's at your feet now because she's on the ground and the water is flowing. You were on the other side when this happened. So he's already trying to build the alibi. He's not just talking. He's talking to his partner about the story they're going to have to tell. Listen.
God, fuck. Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet too. God damn it. Fuck. God damn it. You good? I'm good. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Let her fucking just... God, that's what you do, man. Fuck. You good? Alright. Fuck. Well, I mean, you know, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to fucking face. It already reached us.
He's giving him the story.
Fuck. They got a 52 en route? Yeah.
All right. So that was hard to do. It's unfortunate that this woman lost her life over a pot. I don't believe for a second that the officer truly felt like she could do something significant. Yeah, boiling hot water is going to hurt. But I mean, realistically, I don't know. I just don't understand. I know in the heat of the moment, you know, you couple that with the fact that this guy has already had many reprimands and disciplinary issues. He's unstable. He has a problem, and he should have not been on the force by the time this happened. He's had a lot of problems. He should have been fired a long time ago, removed from having the ability to be an officer elsewhere. And people are saying this was racially motivated. I don't think it was. Look at what state he's in. I mean, hey, good luck, you know, doing stuff like this on a daily basis in a state like Illinois. And that aside, looking at the situation and learning about his disciplinary issues, I don't see how the people can say this was racially motivated. I think this dude is unstable. He's a nutcase, and he should have not been a police officer by the time this happened, and this would have never happened. I think that the administration, whoever his bosses are, his superiors, failed, and by letting him continue to be an officer, given all his priors. And so I don't think it's racially motivated. I think that this guy has a problem, and he's a complete idiot. And you know, I don't like to wish bad on people, but I hope this guy gets the full extent of whatever's coming his way. He's actually pled not guilty. Go figure. You know, I don't want people to. I wish people wouldn't turn this into a race thing. It's an incompetent officer, and unfortunately, he's white and she's black, and they're going to spin this. This is George Floyd. This is Trayvon Martin. We got many names, and unfortunately, that's what this is. Unfortunately, this is what went down. So I'll see you on the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the video, comment, and let me get your feedback on this. Was it justified? Was it not justified? Was it racially motivated? What do you think?